Hey everybody, welcome back around to the blog and grill. I'm your host Doug here with your video blog for Friday, June 7th, 2013. This is the 99th episode of Doug's Sports Blog and Grill. Welcome to it. Time to get right to it. NBA Finals action last night started off Spurs beating the Heat 92-88. The Spurs jumped out early to a quick 9-2 lead, and many thought the Spurs wouldn't because of all the rust from their nine-day layoff. But the Spurs came out strong, got out front early, really established some of their key players: Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker struggled at the beginning but got it going later on. But the key, I think, for the Miami Heat on the other side was establishing Dwayne Wade early. LeBron James giving him the pass on the first play of the game. Dwayne Wade showing off his athleticism and dunking the ball to start off the game. And really just a great game all the way around. Very close game, competitive. It was tight all throughout. But still, there was times I was sitting there watching the game, and I did watch the entire game. And there was times I was sitting there thinking, man, it feels like the Heat are way farther ahead because the Heat are just a more exciting team. The Heat are a lot more glamour and glitz, big plays, big dunks. The Spurs just get it done. The Spurs are just a gritty, fundamentally sound team, balanced on every position on the floor, and they just played well. But it really felt like the Heat were so much further ahead. The Spurs hung around, stayed in the game. They were down by 1 after the first, 3 at halftime, 3 after the third, and stuck right around. The big key, though, I'm going to get right into the fourth quarter right now. The big key I saw was with about 8 minutes to go, the Heat sat down Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, and I believe on the floor was like Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole, Shane Battier, Chris Anderson, and Chris Bosh was still in there for some of it. And I thought this was big because the Heat were kind of up by 5, just kind of rolling along. And I think when they took those guys out, they kind of lost their flow, lost their composure. And I think ultimately that was a bad coaching move by Erik Spolestra. He doesn't have many bad coaching moves, but I think this was definitely a bad coaching move on his part. And it could have cost him the game, really, because it gave the Spurs hope. And once LeBron and Wade came back in, they still kind of struggled to get it going. And Tony Parker, while these guys were on the bench, Tony Parker just had a great game. He finished with 21 points, 6 assists, did not turn the ball over at all. And then during the stretch, he forced a couple of big-time turnovers, got Ray Allen to make a bad pass, stole one from Norris Cole, and he went the other way, and on one possession, got fouled, made some free throws. Then he took one away, had a nasty spin move to the basket for the layup and the bucket. And, of course, we'll get to it later on, but he had the big shot late. LeBron James, he played a great game, 18 points, 18 rebounds, 10 assists, another triple-double in the playoffs for him. But I think sometimes he tried to pass too much. I think the Heat were either up by 1 or down by 1 late in the game. Chris Bosh, I think it was Udonis Haslem, came up, set a pick for LeBron. LeBron came off of it. The lane was wide open. Chris Bosh was at the 3, and he kicks it back to Chris Bosh instead of taking it to the rim for the lead. A little too unselfish there. I think LeBron should have taken it to the rim. I think he tried to pass too much, and that's going to be something different that we see in Game 2. I don't think LeBron's going to pass as much. I think he's going to try and establish scoring early with him and Wade, kind of look away from Bosh. Bosh was 0 of 5 for threes, and Chris Bosh just needs to stop shooting the 3-ball. Chris Bosh is shooting way too many threes. He's not hitting them, and he just needs to start working back into his 18-foot shot instead of trying to hit threes all the time because he's not a 3-point shooter. The guy that was very solid for the Spurs, Tim Duncan, a beast, 20 points, 14 rebounds, played a solid game for them and also made his free throws too. His free throw percentage is growing and moving up all throughout these playoffs. The big play late, though, Tony Parker showing off his real athleticism with, I believe it was about 31 seconds ago, the Miami Heat tied up or came within 2 of the Spurs on 2 LeBron James free throws. They were down 90-88 at that point. They come back down the other way. Tony Parker's falling down, going by LeBron. He gets knocked onto the ground. Maybe could have been a foul call. And then he somehow gets to his feet, keeps his drill alive, gets to his feet, and puts a shot up at the end of the shot clock, rolls around the rim, and goes in for his 20 and 21st points of the night, putting the Spurs ahead. This is a huge shot by Tony Parker. He had LeBron James all over him. Tony Parker's probably about 6 foot. LeBron James is 6'8", and Tony Parker got it done on LeBron, showed some fight there late, and really Tony Parker was the reason the Spurs get through with a Game 1 win. I think a positive for the Heat they have to take away from this is their role players did hit three-pointers. Norris Cole, Mike Miller, and Ray Allen combined for 5 of 7 from deep, and that was solid for them. I'm going to pick Game 2 winner coming up, but right now it's time for Take Your Pick weekend style. The French Open concludes this weekend. We have the women's final tomorrow. Serena Williams, Maria Sharapova. I think Serena gets it done. She has a 30-match win streak on the line against her. The men's final, Rafael Nadal versus the winner of Joe Wilfred Tsonga and David Ferrer. I think either way, Rafael Nadal is going to win this match. He had a great matchup against Djokovic earlier today. I think Rafa will win the French Open. The Belmont Stakes will be tomorrow in Belmont. We have the Oxbow in at 5-1, Orb in at 3-1. Many people are picking Orb. I'm picking Oxbow. I like Oxbow. He didn't win it at the Preakness, but I think he's going to get it done at the Belmont tomorrow. Oxbow is my winner there. NASCAR at Pocono this week. The winner last year was Denny Hamlin. Hamlin needs to keep getting wins to try to get himself a wild card spot in the playoffs in NASCAR, the chase for the Sprint Cup. And I'm picking Denny Hamlin to win the race. He will win it on Sunday in dominating fashion. All right, finally, what everybody wants to know about Game 2, Sunday night. I got the Heat winning this one. LeBron James is going to score 35. Heat are going to win it 95-87. Chris Bosh will have a bad game. LeBron James needs to play better, and I think he will. LeBron James leads his team 95-87. They'll be tied heading to San Antonio. All right, thanks for tuning in to the blog today. On Monday, of course, the 100th episode of the Blog and Grill. Also have your weekend wrap-up, Game 2 reaction. I'll give you my thumbs up, thumbs down for the weekend as well. Check out my new article on jbsmooth84.com outlining the arrest of a UNC basketball player, PJ Hairston. More on that if you check it out, jbsmooth84.com. There's a link posted up on my Facebook and on the blog page, so check that out. Also follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. Comment, question, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and let me know if you think I was making some valid points. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday live. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good